Hello, everyone. My name is Bree Holbert, and this is my lifestyle project. So one day, one of my mentors asked me, he said, Bree, how do you eat a mountain? And I thought about it for a second. I was like, you don't? And he asked me legit, he said, no. If you were to consume a mountain, how would you eat it? And I sat there for a second, did the traditional way of trying to guess for a joke by saying, I don't know, how do you eat a mountain? And he said, one bite at a time, which was funny at the time, but now I take it completely seriously in situations like this. This lifestyle project definitely is like taking a bite out of a mountain. It's one bite at a time, and it definitely won't change the problem significantly and or immediately. But what it's doing is changing it for the future, that every single step that we take to change the practices of every day will eventually equate to changing and sustaining our lives and bringing those practices to our families and to our friends, and hopefully creating a community where we value sustainability and we value erasing our carbon footprint from this earth. And so when I think about the lifestyle project and the experience that I have, yes, it's been really hard. It's taken some time to really get adjusted to, but I've understood that in the long run, it's going to benefit me, myself, my community. So the three things I decided that I would focus on for the lifestyle project is leaving my car at home, garbage, and also changing how I ate. And I'm going to start with leaving my car at home. Now, with $4.50 a gallon, it was pretty easy to tell myself, Bree, leave your car at home. But on the days where it's really hard to get up on time and you've got 30 minutes before class starts and you really want to get there on time, it's easy for me to think, I'll just drive my car today, without realizing how significant that is. I live about 6 blocks, 20 minutes from the college, and so walking to school isn't hard, and walking back isn't hard, and or carpooling isn't hard. And I found myself wasting so much gas on just driving to school. I put about $20 in my tank, and with each week I spent about $20, and so that's emitting about 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide per year, which is insane. And that's per person. And that's a typical passenger vehicle. So this week I saved about, with a 32 gallon tank, I saved about 23,926.54 grams of carbon dioxide. On average, I'm saving about 2/3 more carbon dioxide than I had from previous weeks. The second thing that I decided to change my lifestyle with was garbage. Each week I get super busy and I pack my schedule pretty tight. And when I make lunch, that's where the garbage resonates. So I use about like 2 baggies per lunch. And after each lunch a day, I'll come home and I'll throw away the baggies. So I decided, Bree, why don't you just use the bags until they start breaking? So by the end of the week, they had holes in them, but I was able to get a good use out of 2 baggies this week, and I packed my lunch 2 or 3 days this week, so it was pretty significant. So I found that each day I've wasted 4.6 pounds of garbage, but in the last 2 days, because I've done this, I've saved 9.2 pounds, which is really, really significant and really, really cool that I went from wasting 4.6 pounds per day to saving 9.2 in 2 days. The last part of this lifestyle project this week that I decided to look at being more intentional about was how I ate. I'm a big proponent of the livestock industry, and I think I always will be, but I understand the negativity and also the critique behind the industry, saying that we emit almost equal, if not more, methane into the air than automobiles. And that's crazy to me to learn that the agricultural industry across the world emits a lot of pollution, and a lot of that is coming from the livestock industry. So this week I decided that instead of eating red meat, I would not and I would go for more of like the chicken or just eating straight up like veggies and adding some sauces to that. So I definitely need to do more research about the impact that the livestock industry is making in agriculture, and I need to read up on it more. I still thought that there was definitely significance to leaving out red meat. And lastly, how I chose to save the food that I ate and change how I ate was just saving the food that I, in the past, would just throw away because it had a little bit of mold on it. I decided that I would cut off the pieces that had the mold and I would continue to use it. You know, each American each day wastes about a pound of food a day, which means we're wasting about 7 pounds per week, which equates to 225 pounds per year. And so each day I decided to use up all the food I had. And the only thing I was really throwing away was the stems, the leaves, the things that I wasn't going to consume, and put all the fleshy, beautiful produce that was left on a moldy piece of fruit. And I found that I've used a lot more of the fruit than I had in the past. And it really made me feel good. It was definitely something that I will continue to practice. Here are the results of the garbage and the food waste. And so, like said before, of food waste, we waste about 1 pound per person. And for garbage waste, we waste about 4.6. And so, equating that down, day one had wasted for garbage about 0.5 pounds. For day one for food waste, I had wasted about 1 pound, which is equivalent to how much we waste per day. So I didn't do that well that day. But day two, I had done a lot better. I had wasted about 0.5 pounds for food waste and about 0.25 pounds for garbage. And then day three, since I wasn't counting that day, I went right back to 0. So this lifestyle project was definitely a mountain. However, I made this mountain into a molehill. What I mean by that is that, looking at the livestock project, I felt like it was a pretty heavy task, and I was really, really concerned of how I was going to be able to do this, especially with my busy schedule and, just putting in the time. However, I made it into a molehill because I realized that there's so many small little things that we as Americans can do to change our lifestyle and to then change how we leave this world. So here's the results of week 1. As we can see, there's a significant difference of previous weeks and the lifestyle project week. Garbage is significantly lower for lifestyle project week as of gasoline, as is food waste. However, I would love to see an increased success rate in gallons of gas that I use in week 2. Lifestyle project is definitely something that I want to continue, and I'm excited to go into the second week. Thank you guys for listening, and I look forward to the progress that we all have and continue work we'll do in maintaining a sustainable lifestyle.